So hi guys, today we are starting the graph algorithms from the CSES problem set. So the first problem we are going to solve is counting the rooms. So in the input we have N and M and a list of characters over here. The hash represents a wall and the dot represents a room. So we need to count the number of rooms in this whole grid. So if two dots are together, it will be considered as one room because we can directly go from here to here. Similar for this one, we have this dot and we have this three dot and this three dot, this one dot. So it would be counted as a one room. So if we count the total number of rooms here, it would be one, two, and this third room. Starting from here, these three dots, then this one dot and one dot because it is connected with this, and in the end these three dots. So this is a classic problem of DFS or BFS. We can apply either one of those. So how do we approach this problem? We will start from each points in this grid to start our DFS. If it is a dot, like the hash would be the wall, so we want to start from there and we will start a BFS from here. So in the first BFS we will have these two dots in one iteration. In the second BFS, let's say it is started from here, so it would be the second BFS, and the third BFS for is for this room. So we can count the total number of BFS that are used in this whole grid. Okay, so in that way we can count the number of rooms we have. The constant are n equal to n comma n, m equal to is less than equal to 1000. So the overall n into m can be equal to 10 to the power 6. So if it is 10 to the power 6, we need to solve it in order of one approach, order of n approach only. Otherwise, we will have a time limit exceed in our case. So let's start it by taking the input. We have taken n comma m and we have taken the input as a string vector of a string here. So let's write our logic for counting the number of rooms. So here we will create a function for the BFS, BFS or DFS, anyone we can use, and we can name it function that will output void and take a input as int comma in as the starting index in the grid. And we can call this function as we can say walk, as we can walk from one dot to another. We'll implement this later. And for int I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. For int j equal to 0, j less than m, j plus plus. If and only if this a of I and j equal to dot, then we can do the walk over here with index I and j. And we will increase our count of room over here also. So int room count equal to 0 and then we can increase this. And finally we can print our output over here. And whenever we are going over some dot, we can mark it as we can change the value from dot to hash and go to the neighboring dots over here. So work would be equal to int in int j is the starting index, and what we can do, we can change this to hash over here. So a of I and j would be changed to hash, so that we should not go to that index again and again. And now we need to find out on which index we can go after this one. So we can have four direction. So we can create a vector of int whose name is direction, that would be equal to this -1 comma -1 -1 comma +1. Sorry, we can only go in vertical and horizontal direction, so it would be 0. It would be 0. In the next cases, the y coordinates would be 0. So 1 comma 0 and -1 comma 0. So this would be our directions, and we can calculate the next index using these directions only. So for auto d of direction, we can say, and we can initialize next I equal to I plus d of 0, and into next j equal to j plus t of 1. So this would be our next indexes for the BFS or DFS. So first we need to validate if we can go to this or not. And for the validation, we need to check whether we are going out of range or not, and whether it is a wall or not. So we can create a function later, and for now, we can just use it, validate next I, comma, next j. If this is valid, then we can call this walk function over here with next I, comma, next j. Now we need to create a function for validating this also. So let's create it over here. Function that will return boolean and will take input as int, comma, int. We call it validate int I, comma, int j, and the value would be return I greater than equal to 0, and then j greater than equal to 0, and then I less than n, and j less than m, and this is not a wall. A of I j not equal to hash. So now this function is complete of validation, and we have gone into all of the directions. So basically this one is the BFS, this one is the DFS. You can remove BFS from here because we are doing a recursive call over here, and we are going into the depth first and then uh, exploring the other possibilities. So let's try to compile this first. So this one is compiled. We have taken our input from this file, and our output would be here. Why is it giving segmentation fault? Okay, so we have not given the size of this vector over here. So its size would be n. And as we can see, our output is correct. That is 3 rooms. So let's try to submit this solution. Um, how do we choose paste the code directly over here? I choose the file only. Our language is C++. Let's submit. So our code has been accepted. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.